Number 24, simplify the expression, and we've been given x cubed y to the fifth z to the 0 times x to the negative 4 y squared. All right, well, this is similar to number 23. We are multiplying these two expressions together, and so we're going to do number to number, like variable to like variable. Well, in this case, we don't have any coefficients in front of these variables to multiply, and so we don't have to worry about doing number to number, but we are going to do like variable to like variable. And so we're going to say x cubed times x to the negative 4. Well, remember, when we multiply like bases, what do we do with the exponents? Well, we know we're going to have an x, but what about the exponent? What's it going to be? Well, with like bases, we add the exponents, don't we? So we're going to have 3 plus that negative 4, right? 3 plus negative 4. 3 plus a negative 4 is really the same thing as saying 3 minus 4, and so we end up with a negative 1. So that will be the exponent on our x. Next, we'll do y to the fifth times y squared. Again, we know our base will be y, but what's the exponent going to be? Well, we're going to do 5 plus 2, and we know 5 plus 2 is 7, so the exponent on our y will be 7. And lastly, we have z to the 0 times, oh, well, there's no z in this expression, and so in this case, this z to the 0 comes down. But what is z to the 0? Well, remember, anything to the 0 power is just 1. And so in this case, we can go ahead and drop this z to the 0 because it really is 1. So this is 1 times x to the negative 1, y to the 7th. And multiplying something by 1 doesn't change the value of that thing, and so therefore we can go ahead and drop z to the 0. But looking at this x to the negative 1, y to the negative 7, we still have one thing that we've got to deal with, because if you watched video number 3, we discussed how we can't have negative exponents. And the way that we make a negative exponent into a positive exponent is either change it from being in the numerator to taking it down to the denominator, or moving it from downstairs in the denominator to upstairs in the numerator. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this z to the 0. And if we write this expression over 1, now we can clearly see our numerator, we can clearly see our denominator, and we know that to make this negative 1 exponent positive, we've got to move it from downstairs, or rather from upstairs to downstairs, and all that does is change the exponent from negative to positive. So we didn't touch this y to the 7th, so that will remain upstairs in the numerator, but we did move this x to the negative 1 downstairs, and that will change the exponent from being negative to positive, so this is now a positive 1, but we're going to get out of the habit of writing the exponent if it's a positive 1. And so in this case, for number 24, our final answer, y to the 7th over positive x.